Good afternoon and welcome once again to another exciting edition of Inside ProCents, where our purpose is simple: to showcase our members, to shed a little light on the value that ProCents is providing to our industry players, and most of all, to let you hear that value directly from our members' lips. My name is Devin Anderson and I'm the president over here at ProCents, and I'm joined once again by my friends on the ProCents leadership team. Boy, let me just get those words out this morning. Mr. J.R. Edens, a ProCents partner, and our CEO, Mr. Matt Russell. Matt, would you like to say a few words?
Well, welcome everybody. I'm excited to introduce Mark and Veolia to the environment. Mark and we've known each other for a couple of years and we've had some laughs together, but his company with Veolia offers something that no one else in the environment offers. So I'm excited for y'all to learn more about it and how it can help provide some additional profits for everybody.
Right on. All right, well, today we are featuring one of our ProCents sellers within the ProCents environment, Mr. Mark Braniff, the National Account Sales Manager for Veolia, with locations all across the United States, but whose head office is located in Boston, Massachusetts. Good afternoon, Mark, and welcome to Inside ProCents.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very appreciative to be here and supporting the ProCents environment.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here, man. We've had a lot of really good positive comments from our members on you as well. So it's a good, nice little plug. As always, we're going to begin this thing by shining a light on you and your organization with a little self-promotion. So we want you to tell us a little bit about your organization, and then do us a favor and expand on this. One of your differentiators states that you record waste and quantities received, not just weight. Can you explain what this means and how it differs from the competition?
Yeah, so let's start with the 60,000 foot view of Veolia. Veolia is a 35 billion euro French company, the largest environmental company in the world. That being said, yeah, we're roughly 3 billion in North America. And I'm part of about an $800 million hazardous waste company, the second largest in the US. And then my little group is the electronics recycling, which focuses on lamps, ballast, batteries, electronics, all that good stuff. And you know, I've been in the lighting and electrical channel for the last 16 years. So as for what we do, we have 4 facilities in the US, Boston, Tallahassee, Port Washington, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and then Phoenix, Arizona. That's where everything goes from these lighting projects and MRO. One of our big differentiators, obviously, is deep pockets, best insurance in the industry, and indemnification, because believe it or not, when you're handling lamps with mercury, there is a risk, there's a hazard, and they need to be managed properly or there could be future liability. Now, as for how we record everything, our group runs a program called EnviroWare. So when we receive lamps, no matter how we receive them, we count the number of lamps, and that's what we put on the certificate. This is important if you're LEED certified, because the amount of lamps on that certificate has to match what you submitted, and you get more points, and that affects your tiers. You could be gold or platinum just by recycling a little bit more and getting more points. So we do support that completely. Obviously, we're in a very regulated industry. So, you know, recording everything properly is critical. Same goes for bulk projects. If somebody says, you know, there's 16,000 lamps, that's what we need, that's what they'll get. And we also accept PCB ballast. That's a really toxic material. It's a carcinogen. We have an incinerator in Port Arthur, Texas, that burns those things up. So, you know, we're fully turnkey on all those aspects of whether it's MRO or a large lighting retrofit or what have you. So that's the background on Veolia.
Right on. JR?
Hey, Mark, good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Glad to be a part of the environment with Veolia. We recently put on our website a cheat sheet out to the community that had a category killers that to all of our members, and you saying you, I mean Veolia, sorry. chose to provide special pricing with this cheat sheet for Q2 and as a special to the environment. Can you give us a little bit of a context of what this means for our buyers and how it can help grow?
Well, sure. First, I'll start off with our killer was the bulk pack, which is a hybrid type container. It can hold 1,600 4-foot T8 lamps. One price includes everything. So you could fill it with 4 foots. There's 4 sections. You could put HIDs in another. You could put mixed lamps in another. It's really a great program. Works very well. There's a large pharmaceutical drugstore company that loves those containers, and it's exactly the right size to handle all the lamps from a retrofit in their facility. So it really does play into the lighting maintenance group and relamps as well. And the fact that we can offer uniform pricing across the board, our program is second to none as far as prepaid recycling and MRO. We originated the program back in 1999, and essentially all of our competitors copied what we had, which, that's a pretty high level of appreciation they had for us. But, it's a great program, great pricing. And of course, we have expertise and we can help if somebody's stumbling over which containers to pick. It's pretty easy. The prepaid is really MRO. Most, like I said, the smaller retrofits, that bulk pack is right in the wheelhouse. And then obviously we'll do bulk pricing for larger projects where, the economies of scale dictate that. We'll send in a truck and pick up 6 or 8 pallets of materials.
Yeah, no, I like that. It was just to clarify, to make sure that everybody's on the same page. The pricing is only visible to our members. So it's not on our website. It was only handed out to those that are buyers and distributors within the environment. So just to make sure that where the pricing is. And the bulk pack you spoke of is in the category killer column. And then there are several different recycle pack options in the top 5. So if you're a member and you're looking, want to take a look at that, there are links to all of that with the pricing in that sheet that I sent out. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. All right, now it is time to open the doors to chaos. Walk with the human tornado, Mr. Matt Russell. Matt.
Hey, Mark. Man, I appreciate you being here and the insight that you've given us so far, and also what you've done for the environment with, talking about the category killer and the bulk offerings. One of the things that we talked about back in October of last year when Deb and I were relaunching ProCents, or doing our official launch, was how Veolia was a member of the other buying groups, both AD and IMARC. And when bringing it up to you, you seem very interested in ProCents. What was one of the things that excited you about ProCents in its infancy that made you and also Veolia want to join the environment?
Sure, that's a pretty easy one. We really definitely have a niche with electrical distribution. But when it comes to lighting maintenance companies and ESCOs, we're getting a nice share, but we see a real opportunity for growth in that segment. We really understand, how lighting projects are going together, and the best time to get us involved is when that lighting assessor goes out there and says, this is what's coming out, and we can easily put together a proposal for that. So it's really the fact that, we can work with a bunch of project-oriented folks that are doing, lighting maintenance and larger lighting retrofits, and we can help tailor a program that's most cost-effective, efficient, and easy. Easy is the key.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Matt, you got another one?
Yeah. Well, one thing that I always like doing is, visiting our people's websites that are in the environment and learning more about them and some of the value propositions. And one of the things that caught my eye is on the Veolia page where it says our purpose. It says a business is prosperous because it is useful and not the other way around. And that's one thing that I've enjoyed with our relationship, but do you want to expand on that a little bit more and talk about your philosophy and how that ties into ProCents?
Well, sure. Sustainability is huge with everything we do. And in fact, why are people doing lighting retrofits? Well, it's to lower their energy usage primarily. So, when you're doing that, why not work with Veolia and, keep toxic materials out of landfills, get them recycled. It makes sense. Veolia is huge on sustainability. We like programs where we can get a circular economy going. We do a lot of this stuff. Water is really the biggest thing we do in North America, but hazardous waste is huge. We work with all the major vaccine manufacturers, believe it or not. We're getting all their materials from their manufacturing process, and we incinerate them or fuel blend them or do what we can to use them in the best possible way. So we're very into the pyramid of environmental programs. So if we can recycle above putting it in the landfill, that's what we're going to do. And that's what we push, being green.
I absolutely love it. Because, and I've always said, with talking with a variety of people, people ask me why I'm in this business. And I say, one, is because it's a handshake type mentality. I get to work with people that I call friends and family, but it's also something that I can look back 10, 15 years from now and look at my children in the eye and say, I was doing something, a small part to help, make the environment a little bit better. And I love that Veolia is doing that and helping me live that purpose for my children. So appreciate you, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. We love having you here, man. And we're excited about, what the future is going to hold. And we definitely look forward to seeing what we're going to be able to do, hopefully, to get you into those goals that you just discussed a moment ago. This concludes today's Inside ProCents blog session. Again, today's focus was on Mr. Mark Braniff of Veolia, a seller within the ProCents environment and a solid resource for all of our members. Thank you again, sir. And we hope that anything that we can do, you just give us a list and we'll get on it and make sure that we do what we can to make sure that everything works for you.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Right on. All right. Well, as we always do, we close with a bit of our ProCents culture to do it right. It's important to note that one of our biggest cultural realities here that we try to push on through our ProCents team is that a clear, consistent, and transparent communication is really the savior to most problems and challenges that our industry has. And with that, we ask everybody to make sure that they are on point with all of their requests and getting themselves fully connected by being active and responsive and always doing what they say they're going to do. And to remember to support the environment by always first turning inward for their organizational needs, supporting all ProCents participants. At ProCents, we make connections that are sticky and then that last, and then we get out of the way. We open doors and our participants always choose their own path, but they do it together. If you wish to know more about ProCents, check out our website at www.procents.com or reach out to one of our leadership team members and get on our calendars. There is no better time than now to get on this train. We'll see you if you're going to be in Light Fair, we'll see you there. If you want to get together and have a conversation about what ProCents is doing, let us know. Have a great day. Thank you so much.